You can get clients as a virtual assistant outside of platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. For majority of VAs, when we are starting out, the most asked question is, where do I get these clients? So I've done all the groundwork. I've worked on my portfolio. I've learned all these skills. I signed up for this course. I've watched all these tutorials. I know what it means to support a business owner or a company, but I don't know where to find these clients. When I started out as a virtual assistant, I did not find clients on Upwork and Fiverr. I haven't up to today. This is my fifth year working remotely and supporting business owners around the world as a virtual assistant, but I've never gotten a client on Upwork and Fiverr. And when I share this, people are like, what do you mean? Where are you actually getting these clients from? Well, I have a couple of sites or places that I'm going to share in this video. And if you're interested, if you're a virtual assistant who's watching this, I want you to leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are if you have just reached this point in the video, and let me know how you've been getting your clients. But for me, I have never gone on Upwork, I've never gone on Fiverr, and I've been successful for over 5 years. So I'm going to start sharing, and if this helps you, share with a friend as well. So let's get started. Let me grab my phone because I'm just going to be reading out the places right now. I didn't have time to cram this. No, 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 no. I said no script for this because I want to get into detail for all of them. The first one is Facebook groups. Facebook groups as a virtual assistant are like, oh my God, they are a resource. First of all, for you to meet other business owners and interact with them, and also to learn from others what they're doing in their businesses, but also a place where you can find clients. Now, as a VA, you find yourself doing administrative, marketing, and creative work. And for most businesses, that's the kind of work that's being outsourced. And if you're in a Facebook group with other people, especially women entrepreneurs, for me, I've only ever worked with women entrepreneurs. I think only one man ever since I started working remotely. And so we have these Facebook groups for women entrepreneurs. The one that is very popular up to today is the one called Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. You can literally just search it up, it will come up. It has, I don't know how many people in there, and most of them are women entrepreneurs. And there's always a post about, hey, I'm looking for a virtual assistant. I'm looking for this person to help me do this. I'm looking for an admin assistant. There's always a post at least every week, and people definitely comment and say, hey, you can connect with me. I've sent you a DM. I used to do that in the beginning. Like every night, I'm like, I have to scroll through this group because I know that there's a business owner in there who's going to need a VA, who's going to need admin support, who's going to need help with marketing, who's going to need help with their creative part of their business, or even the tech part, because as a virtual assistant you can also help with the technicalities of running the business, making the systems talk to one another. It's a whole video by itself. But if you want to find clients, getting into Facebook groups is a very, very good place for you to find clients. So go in there, interact, read the rules. Read the rules. You have to always read the rules, read the room when you get in there. Don't just promo yourself, because there are certain days when promos are accepted and then other days when promos are not accepted. Or when someone leaves a post and says, hey, I'm looking for a virtual assistant to work with, they say maybe email me. Email them. Don't go DMing them. They already said how you're supposed to reach out to them. Or if they've said comment, comment. Don't go a step further and start doing the most, like you will lose out. Follow instructions. If someone says email me, email them. Don't go DMing them. They don't want to be reached via DM. It doesn't make sense. So read the rules, read the posts, and say, okay, what does this person need? I can do that as a VA. Let me reach out to them. So, Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs, that Facebook group, it's a very good place to find virtual assistant jobs. The next one is networking communities. Networking communities are big. And back to me being a woman and an entrepreneur. For most of female entrepreneurs, networking is our thing. Women, we have a way we always want to bring ourselves together. I have been in a number of networking rooms as it relates to the employee space, and then also being in the freelance space, which is currently what I'm doing as a virtual assistant. And there is a lady called Justine. Burgad. I don't know how to actually pronounce her name. God forgive me, but I'm gonna leave the details for her networking community. It's a virtual speed networking community. You do have to pay a certain amount, and I think she's open to you paying any amount. But when you get there, you will network with so many other professionals. Just make sure that you have your Instagram account looking good, because majority of times they're like, hey, drop your Instagram. I'd like to follow you. I'd like to connect with you. It's a very, very good place to find clients who you want to work with. Remember, as a VA, you can support any sort of person around the world, a coach, an influencer. You can find them in all these networking communities. There are rules also as well. When you get in there, don't speak if it's not your turn. You have no business talking over the other person. It's not your turn to speak, Joy. Why are you shouting? Then you get in there, make sure that your camera is on, make sure that the other people can see you, you're eloquent. There is a strategy that I like to use when I get into networking communities. I don't know if I've shared this in other videos of mine, but when I get in there, I like to introduce myself and talk about what I can do for the other person rather than what I want. So this is it. I hope I actually remember this, but I usually get into rooms and I'm like, hi, my name is Joy and I'm a virtual assistant and podcast manager, and I support business owners in the aspects of administrative, content creation, as well as podcast management. That's it. That's how I introduce myself. Yeah. So if someone needs help in content creation support, they're like, that's someone I can reach out to. Let me reach out to this girl called Joy. If they need help with their launches for their podcast or management, they think. So I say to them what I can help them do and what they need help with, and then they think to themselves and be like, okay, I need help in that area. Let me reach out to that person. Not, oh my God, you guys, I need a job. I'm a virtual assistant. I've been doing this for over 4 years. I can really, really help you. No. They know you're in the room because you want a client, you want somebody to network with, someone to connect with who can maybe connect you to another individual. You're there to look for leads. You have no business being so clingy, being so desperate. People can read that off. Just go there and present your value proposition. Like, this is what I can do for you. And trust me, if you're somebody who they align with, they will reach out to you. It has happened to me so many times, but remember, share the value that you can actually like accord to them rather than who you are and you're from Africa and you need all this help. Don't do that. Do not do that, please. Yeah. So networking communities, a very, very big place for you to find people to work with. Another place that you can find, let me say, clients in the virtual assistant space is remote job fairs. Remote job fairs are a very, very big thing. And I've shared a whole video about this on YouTube. If you have gone through my YouTube channel, you can definitely find me talking about the remote job fairs I've attended. Now, in the freelance space, there's a lady called Tasha Booth. She's like a coach for agency owners. She used to be a virtual assistant. She used to be a virtual assistant coach. She had a whole Facebook group where she would share jobs and opportunities, and she closed down that group and then started her own company to help agency business owners to grow because she has been successful in that realm. Now, Tasha Booth usually holds an agency subcontractor job fair. It has happened twice this year, and I was blessed to attend all of them. You do have to pay a certain fee because for her time is very, very precious. By the time she has gathered all of these people in the same room, you have to part with a certain fee. If you have the money as a VA, I would really advise for you to get in there. This is part of you playing the long game. You may not instantly get a client immediately you join the job fairs, but with time, when this person's agency, remember Tasha Booth works with other agency owners, when she when this agency owner has their company growing and they want to outsource, they're gonna go into the list of the contractors who have been listed, who signed up for the last job fair, and reach out to you. It has happened to me before. So many times people come to me and say, hey Joy, I know you attended Tasha's job fair in May, blah, blah, blah. I would love to work with you. I'm looking for somebody to help me launch my podcast. Can we hop on a call? Now, you see, this is like you playing the long game. So for me, I like to think 10 steps ahead because you never know when you're going to lose a client or when you will need extra income as a virtual assistant. So I'm going to leave the link for this as well. All the details for all of the communities will be in the description of this video. So you can definitely check out. You can sign up for the wait list for Tasha Booth. And if you're part of her email list, since you decided to sign up for the wait list for the job fair, trust me, when the job fair is back, you're going to receive an email saying, hey, the remote job fair is back and you should sign up, and boom. Pay your fee, get ready with value, your value proposition, because she'll ask for it, like how would you describe yourself, a small bio, a photo, everything, and then they will publish a whole catalog of everybody. You can see the agency owners as well as as the contractors in there, and then boom, they'll let you know about the dates and you guys can meet and network. So yeah, that's one of the places for me. I've found a couple of clients in there. Another way you can find clients as a virtual assistant is referrals. Now, this one, you make it happen because when you get a client, you work with them excellently. For me, every time I'm working with somebody, and I made a TikTok about this a couple of days ago, I ensure that I'm working for God, not for man. I'm a Christian, so this I will always talk about God in my videos. Please, I know if it makes some people feel some type of way, I'm so sorry. But referrals happen because you're excellent. Referrals happen because you've done the work. If somebody loves what you do, they'll talk about you. My client Laura, she's always sharing with her friends, oh my God, I have a good VA. She has referred me to like 4 other people ever since we started working together. And you're there minding your business and an email just comes in. Hi Joy, I would love to introduce you to this individual. They need support in this area. Then they say maybe Mary, this is Joy. Joy is my amazing virtual assistant. Blah blah blah. Remember, you work in the freelance space, so your client can say, "Hey Joy, do you have capacity to bring somebody on?" And you're like yeah. A friend of mine hinted that she needed a virtual assistant, and then boom, they refer you. So you can also speak to them and say, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I have extra hours. So if you know any of your friends who I need of a virtual assistant, please, you can refer me. You can always speak up. And trust me, if your work is good, if your work is amazing, opportunities are going to come to you from the people who you're already currently working with. You need only one person to see your value, and trust me, they will start speaking about you, sharing with their community and saying, hey, I have an amazing VA. So referrals is one of the ways that I've been able to get clients as a VA. Another way is job directories. There is a lady on Instagram. She's called Saba. She used to be a virtual assistant. Now she's a virtual assistant coach, and she has a directory where she shares job opportunities for VAs. People who are looking for virtual assistants, I think, come to her because she's a virtual assistant coach. They definitely come to her and say, hey, Saba, I want somebody to work with. I want a VA to work with. And she has a directory. You can sign up for it. I'm going to share her Instagram as well in the description. And you can sign up. You can just go to her link in the bio and sign up to be part of her directory. And then she can approve you, or she may not approve you if she feels some type of way, but you can always apply. Apply pressure. Hello? You think I can take no for an answer? I'm not taking no for an answer. You may have said no the first time, but I'm gonna go in there and say, okay, maybe I worked on my Instagram, because they always judge your Instagram. Instagram is very, very important for a virtual assistant. I feel like I need to make a video on what you should post on your Instagram as a virtual assistant. I'm going to bring that video soon on my YouTube so you guys can take a look, and yeah, just work on your Instagrams. Make sure that they look good. They have to look appealing so that people can actually know you. Remember, this is like your digital representation out there. So imagine you want opportunities and your Instagram has nothing. So Instagram is one of the places she will definitely do a deep dive and assess and say, this is somebody who I want to be part of my directory. This is somebody I trust. So make sure that your Instagram is looking good. Another place that you can find clients is Threads. I got a couple of leads on Threads. I think three of them have come on Threads. You have to be able to comment and say, hey, I would love to connect with you if somebody posts there and says, I'm looking for a virtual assistant. There's also a search option on Threads, and I would request you to actually utilize it a lot. Threads has really, really grown over the last few months as a platform. So you can actually just search and then search for virtual assistant and see a couple of posts in there of people saying, hey guys, I'm looking for a VA. Go in there and comment. If you feel some type of way because maybe your friends and family are going to be taking a look in there, oh my God, don't care about those people. They're not gonna pay you. Just go in there, comment, and say, hey, I'm a VA. Drop your Instagram, drop your email, drop your website, drop your portfolio, drop your work in there. It's one of the places that you can find clients as a virtual assistant. I just want to say something about Threads because a couple of people have come to me and said, hey, Joy, Threads has scammers. And yes, scammers are everywhere. Scammers are in the Facebook groups. Scammers can even have their job listed on a directory. But one thing you should always know, you don't have to pay any kind of money to get an opportunity as a virtual assistant or even any kind of freelancer, any job. You don't have to pay any kind of money for an opportunity. If someone wants to work with you, they'll come to you and say, hey, I would love to work with you. And then they will talk about money and how much they're willing to pay you. And if it's within your fee, you're like, okay, yeah, I'll take it. And boom, let's start working. So stay away from the scammers. If someone is telling you, we're going to pay you, let's say $1,000 or $2,000 for you to format this Google Doc, guys, does it make sense? You have to think. You have to think. If they are asking you to meet them on Telegram, that's already a red flag. You should be meeting people via Zoom, Google Meet. You should be able to see them. This is somebody who wants to pay you thousands of dollars. Why are you guys meeting on Telegram? Telegram is one of those platforms I feel like it's like the hell of social media. Like it's like a cave of all wrongdoings. So don't find yourself in a position where you're saying, oh my God, how do I gauge if this person is genuine? If they ask you for money, they are not genuine. Leave them alone immediately. If they ask you to pay for any sort of training, leave them alone immediately. So I just wanted to highlight that because Threads has been blacklisted as an area for scammers. So just take note as you go in there. Now let's talk about another platform called Clubhouse. I've shared this before, and Clubhouse was very popular during the lockdown. I remember by that time I'd stopped working at the digital market. I'd stopped working with Jocelyn, and she said to me, hey, Joy, I know right now you're looking for people to work with as a virtual assistant. I would love to invite you to Clubhouse. It was like by invite only, and then you needed to have like an iPhone. So I was like, I didn't have an iPhone. I was still, this ends with the Android fam. And I got money for an iPhone and I joined. Then it later on became accessible for anybody who had either Android or iPhone. Like, yeah, you would be able to access it. Clubhouse was a thing during the lockdown because we were all at home. We would go in there and we would network from around 5 p.m. to like 7 p.m. That is like 10 to midday or 9 to 11 depending on the daylight saving in the US, and people would always go in there. That's how I got one of my podcast clients, and up to date we still work together, and it was amazing. I got so many other VA clients there, sorry about that, other VA virtual assistant clients in there, and I was able to help them with what they needed for one-time projects for an extended period of time. But Clubhouse has always been that app. Now, right now, you can still sign up for it and go in there and look for networking communities. But there is one in particular for my women who want to get into Clubhouse and want to get into those communities. It's called Women into Networking. It's called WIN. I just checked yesterday night before I wrote down the details for this video, and they had I think they have a networking session happening soon, probably next week on Thursday. As I record this, it's like the 31st of October. So, yeah, you can definitely get into Clubhouse and look for this particular networking community. And once you're there, network, talk about what you can do. Back to what we said about value proposition, share your value, and they can say, oh, okay, this is somebody who I need to work with. So yeah, another place that you can find clients is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a landmine if used properly. And you have to think about LinkedIn as a place where you go to engage and showcase what you can do. So this is the way I would advise anybody to get clients on LinkedIn. When you go on LinkedIn and you see maybe a certain coach and you want to work with them, go and engage with their posts, comment in there, and you can always introduce yourself in somebody's DMs. I know that it feels some type of way and you feel jitters, you'll be scared, but just go in there and say, hey, my name is this and this. After a certain period of time of engaging with their content, don't just wake up one day and then you send them a DM and they've never known you, you've never interacted with their content. No, 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 no. Don't do that. They're gonna look at your message and be like, who is this Joy? I don't know who this Joy gal is. So you have to engage. I would say consistently over maybe a month, because most people post at least daily on LinkedIn if they're very active. So you always target and then go in there and say, hey, my name is this and this. I just wanted to connect with you and let you know that I love your content. And in case you need support in this area, feel free to reach out. And that's it. You have to just be dropping your messages here and there so that people who align with you, people who love your content, make sure that your pages are also active as well, so that when they take a look at your LinkedIn, it's strong, it has very good presence, it's showcasing you in a good manner, you don't look like a crook. You have a profile picture. Hello, LinkedIn is a whole other video that I have to make for sure. So when you get into this networking, sorry, when you get into this person's DM, they will be prompted to go and check your LinkedIn. And when they check your LinkedIn, they'll say, "Oh, okay, this Joy gal, I like what she has going on. There's the way she presents her thoughts. Let me reach out to her and say, also, yeah, I think I would love if we'd hop on a call." That's it. It's playing the long game. Life is the long game. And if you're the kind of person who's frustrated by doing these things because you want a client, then all I have to say to you is you can go and check out other platforms and see how that is working. But for me, these other communities, these are all the places that I've been able to get clients, and I still get leads up to today through these ways. And if I was to start out as a virtual assistant, I would go and use this same framework, get into these communities, do the same thing, because it's very cliche, but the old ways, they work. So going into Facebook groups, interacting, going into networking communities, it will never, never lose its source. It will just be you who feel like, oh, I'm too grown to get into a Facebook group right now, and you can miss out on leads and clients. So yeah, I hope this video helps somebody who wants to stand out as a virtual assistant. But if you have other places that you've been able to get clients as a VA, I'm very eager to know. So feel free to leave a comment. And I would end by saying this: make sure that you're very skilled when you go looking for opportunities, so that you don't get into some sort of endless pursuit for an extended period of time, because you don't want to skill up and want to get an opportunity best of sympathy, best of, oh my God, I'm located in Africa, or I'm located wherever I'm located in the world. I don't know where you're watching this video from. Feel free to share in the comments. But don't go with this sort of mindset of, I just want an opportunity and I don't have any prior experience, but I hope that somebody works with me. It doesn't work like that. That's how you find yourself looking for an opportunity for over 3 years, 4 years, and yet you would have done the groundwork for like maybe 6 months, learned the tools, learned the systems, and gotten somebody to work with. I will always say that in all my videos, because I'm not gonna be delusional and promise you that if you don't have experience, if you're not skilled, but you have a willingness, it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. People always hire people who are good. So think about getting good, then getting into these communities and getting into these places and saying, hey, I would love to work with you. So yeah. And I wish you the best. Yeah, that's how I'll end. I wish you the best. Surely wish you the best with your pursuit. And if you get clients in these communities, feel free to let me know. I'll see you guys in this internet streets. Feel free to comment, like, share with anybody who wants to get into the virtual assistant space. And don't forget, all the details will be in the description. I appreciate the support. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.